And I did not bring up David Ogden Stiers, and I wanted to. He was great as Charles Winchester. He was a little different character. They had to come up with a different character after Linville left, and Frank, who was perfect for that role. Him and Loretta Swit, he was such a dumbbell, fun to make fun of. David Ogden Stiers was different. He's a sophisticated nerd, so to speak. I mean, haughty. It was a different character, and it's a hard character to fill after Linville leaves, and he did an excellent job. He was hateable in a different kind of way, and they needed somebody to play the adversary to Farrell and Alan Alda, and they found it in Stiers, who died a couple days ago of bladder cancer at 75 years of age. Here is PJ in Atlanta, and he's aboard. He's on Mad Dog Unleashed. PJ, good afternoon. How are you today? What do you have for me?
I'm doing well, Chris. I just wanted to I know that you really like announcers, and we lost another good one today. Woody Durham passed away.
I saw that. Now, he's a local announcer, North Carolina basketball, but one of the all-time greats, yes.
Yeah, he's more of a regional guy, not a like a Kaywood Ledford or Vic Anderson down in your parts for Rollins. But I know that you have a thing with
When did Woody stop doing games anyway?
It was 2011. He did it for 40 years, man. And he had some neurological disease and died tragically. Well, not tragically, but I just wanted to lay that. I listened.
Well, who died? He died tragically.
Well, yeah, he had a neurological disease that in speech and it just deteriorated, and he stopped doing broadcasts in 2011, and hasn't been able to speak publicly or stuff like that because it's just been deteriorating, and he passed away this morning. But,
so he got there. He got there about 10 years after Dean Smith got there. When 71. Dean took over for McGuire. When was that his first? So how old? He was 76. So that means he 76. Was. What year was he born?
He was 41, 42.
So he's 30 years of age. What was he doing before he got the Carolina job? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I'm not going to lie. I'm not of local stuff.
I mean, it couldn't have been his. It could have been his first job. He must have been doing. I wonder.
No. He graduated Carolina, and I'm sure. I honestly don't know. I'm not going to Wikipedia. I should know it off the top of my head, but I don't. But I just love your show. I just wanted to mention that because I know you love announcers.
Yeah, and listen,
we lost a good one.
One of the all-time best, and Ledford, of course, with Kentucky, right, for all those years. At WFMY TV, and he got the North Carolina job in 71. Wow, boy, I was like to get the North Carolina basketball broadcasting job in 1971. I mean, you pass the days where his growing pains over. Well, let's do this. He got the job in 71. Is this October of 71? I'm sure it was. Give me the 71-72 North Carolina team, Ed. Let me hear his first year's team. I'm going to assume his first year's team was 71-72 as the play-by-play guy, not 70-71. Season starts in November. So let's go 71-72. Let me see that first Carolina team, what they did in the ACC tournament, and what they did as far as the NCAAs are concerned, if you can find it. Gary's in, and just punch it up. I'll give it a quick read before the top of the hour. Gary in London, Ontario, and he says hello, and he's on Mad Dog Unleashed. Gary, good afternoon. How are you today?
Hey, welcome back, man.
Thank you, Gary. Nice to talk to you. What's on your mind now today?
Before I get my trivia question out, I was listening to the Pirate game a couple days ago, and Steve Blass recommends Game 6 is a great book.
Game 6, is that the Mark Frost book, right?
Yeah.
Excellent book. Excellent book. I don't remember if we had him on radio when that book came out, which was in 2009. Frost wrote the book on Bobby Jones with the Grand Slams, when Bobby won the Grand Slams in 1930. He's a good author, and he wrote a book on basically on the Reds in 76 for the Red Sox. That's an excellent book. I actually gave that copy that I had to Joe Morgan. And Morgan, he didn't know about it. That's an excellent book. That's a good job by Blast. What made that conversation come up anyway?
Oh, he was just talking what they're doing when they're not playing golf.
He's reading books. Okay,
gotcha. He's devoting himself to a number of baseball books. So I've got a trivia question for you.
Yes, let me hear it.
We'll go in the other direction. What D1 team has won the most games in basketball and football to have never won a championship in either one of those
Wow. So we got a D1 team.
School, yeah.
School that has won a combined...
Has won more football games.
And basketball games.
And basketball games without ever winning a championship.
All right. Well, let me... The process of elimination.
And I'll give you... we'll do it rapid fire real quick. It's West Virginia.
I wouldn't have gotten that quickly. West Virginia's played...
No, I didn't think you would. I wouldn't either.
West Virginia's played in championship games in both, so we know that. Go ahead.
So, now let me give you some West Virginia trivia. Name the defensive back for the Packers in their heyday, who held the Rose Bowl rushing record until O.J. Simpson broke it.
And he's a DB for the Packers
in the heyday, number 21.
Wasn't Adam? Was it Willie Wood?
No, his son is a D1 basketball coach.
Oh, I don't know. Who is that?
Bob Jeter.
Bobby Jeter. Yeah, and his son's a D1 basketball coach. Where?
Wisconsin, Milwaukee.
I didn't know that either.
Now, let me give you another one.
I remember Bob Jeter. Bob Jeter was a good player for the Packers.
Yeah.
Not a Hall of Famer, but a good DB. Go ahead. Next.
Now, his first cousin was first-team All-American at the same year that JoJo White was a junior. He was a senior. He was Bob Jeter's cousin.
JoJo White at Kansas. Who was that? Go ahead.
Anyway, his first cousin, this guy's name is Ron Williams, and he was a number 7 draft pick in 1967. But he was the first African American who signed a grant in aid in the Southern Conference by Gary Danielson's father-in-law.
Yeah, you are coming up with Ron. I didn't know that either. Well done. All of that I did not know. Okay, here is the ACC tournament, and this is North Carolina. North Carolina in 71-72, they were 26-5. They were 9-3 in the ACC. They in the ACC tournament. Let's see what they did in the ACC tournament. They won the ACC tournament. They beat Maryland 73-64 to do it. In the NCAA tournament, they lost to Florida State. Oh, that was the year that Florida State maybe got to the Final Four. They lost to Florida State in the regionals, 79-75. And that was Woody Durham's first year. So that year, he saw 26 wins. He saw them win the ACC regular season. He saw them win their conference tournament. Remember, in those days, only one team went. So if you didn't win that conference tournament, you're not making the NCAA tournament. They did that. They beat that year. They beat Maryland to do it, and then they turned around and won a couple games in the NCAA. Good job by Eddie. 5 o'clock. We come back.